Back here at Fort Lupton High School, the starting lineup for the Fort Morgan Mustangs is brought to you by Cargill Beef. Cargill Beef is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continuously improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at www.cargill.com. Starting for the Mustangs tonight is senior TJ Bauer, junior Nate Gertner, sophomore Tate Kimball, senior Joy Snyder, and senior Eric Kimball. The opening tip is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. And Fort Lupton will win that tip with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Ingmeyer Phillips can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. First shot is up and no good, rebounded by Nate Gertner. Shot from the left corner is up and good by Tate Kimball for the first 2 points of the night. Puts the Mustangs up early. Basket down at the other end by Shavira. So they answer that bucket right away. Gertner gets the ball down quickly. Joey Schneider now to TJ Bauer out on the high right wing. Left corner to Tate Kimball as he drives the baseline. His shot is going to be up and good. So 4 points on the night for Kimball to start this off. 4-2 Mustangs with 7:10 to go as Fort Lupton looks to get it in. They're going to call a foul, it looks like, on TJ Bauer. So Fort Lupton will take the ball out right of their basket. Shot is going to be blocked by Joey Snyder. Looks like Fort Morgan with the ball. TJ Bauer for a 3, and that is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Vargas. As Shavira goes down, I think he got hit when on that last rebound down at the Fort Morgan end. Needs to go put his contact back in. He's lucky he found it out there on the floor. Shavira comes in. Yeah, they have it on here. They have him at 5'9", but he's a lot bigger boy than that. That's a. Let's see if I have a different one here for. They don't have any heights. They do have a kid that is 6'6", and that is Owen Mellon, number 24. And I don't know if they would change numbers. Fort Lupton now with the ball in their end of the court as they throw the ball away, though. Turnover by Fort Lupton. 6:27 to go here. Mustangs up 4-2 in the first period of play. Tate Kimball off to Joey Schneider out on the left wing to TJ Bauer. Now back to Schneider out on the 3-point line. He drives it all the way down. Nice layup from the left side by Schneider. Goes up and in. 6-2 for the Mustangs. Pass underneath is going to be taken away by Gertner, and then he must have stepped out of bounds, so that'll be a turnover right back to Fort Lupton. So Fort Lupton to inbound right at their basket. 3-pointer try from the corner is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Nate Gertner. He had an excellent game last week against Vista Peak on the boards. Gets it back to Gertner out on the left high wing. He drives it in, passes out to Bauer, now to Tate Kimball, who slows it down out front. As Fort Lupton in their man-to-man defense. Now back out to Bauer out high, cross court to Kimball. Kimball drives it down the right side. His little layup is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Aranio. Shot was up and good. Now there's going to be a steal, but knocked out of bounds. So Cook with that last one for the Blue Devils makes it 6-4. Here early in the first period of play from Fort Lupton High School. Game 3 of the conference, of the league schedule here tonight. Eric Kimball now down the lane, kicks it out to Bauer for a three from the left. That is up and good by TJ Bauer. First three on the night for the Mustangs. Fort Lupton gets the ball down court quickly as they look to get it in underneath, but that three is going to be up and good by Vargas. So they answer with a three. Pass into the corner to Schneider is knocked out of bounds, so Fort Morgan will retain possession. Trey McBride to come in for Joey Schneider. Brian Almanza comes in for Nate Gertner. Fort Morgan, the inbounds left of their basket, get it into Trey. Now off to Kimball. Back to Bauer now underneath the Trey. They're going to kick it out to Almanza. Almanza's cross-court pass to Tate Kimball. He gets it back out to brother Eric. Eric for the three is up and good by Eric Kimball. Fort Lupton gets the ball down the court quickly, knocked out of his hands, but he regains it. Now a three from the corner is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by the Blue Devils. Now a shot from the left side is going to be up and good by Vargas. So 12-9 now in favor of the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Little runner from the left side is going to be up and no good. Rebounded though by McBride, but they're going to call a foul on the floor before the shot. And that will go against Padilla, his first, team first. As Bauer looks to get it in. They do get it into Trey McBride. His shot is going to be blocked. I'm going to guess that this number 13, it might be Owen Mellon, because he looks to be about 6'6", so I think he's changed numbers tonight. Shot from the corner is no good. Rebounded by TJ Bauer. Now to the corner to Almanza. Almanza's three from the corner is up and no good. Rebounded though by the Blue Devils as they get the ball down court. Fort Morgan up 3, 12-9. With 3:17 to go, they're going to call an over the back foul. Looks like that'll go on Trey. Second team foul on the Mustangs. Now Nate Gertner comes back in for for TJ Bauer. So Fort Lupton the inbound right of their basket as they get into Mellon. Now Mellon drives all the way into the bucket. The shot is going to be blocked initially by McBride, and then he finally gets another shot at it. Now they're going to have a reach foul, and that's going to go on Vargas. Justice Vargas. So it'll be a second team foul on the Blue Devils. So Brian Almanza to trigger the ball in to Tate Kimball. 3 minutes left here in the opening period. Almanza out past the three-point line, keeps the dribble alive. Drives it into the lane, now back out to Eric Kimball on the left wing. Eric drives it down the left sideline. His shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by the Blue Devils and finally ran down in the corner by Vargas, but taken away by Eric Kimball over in the far corner. So Almanza gets it to Nate Gertner. Gertner back to Almanza. Almanza at the three-point line, keeps the dribble alive. They get it underneath to Trey. Trey's little jumper is up and rolls in for the two. First 2 points on the night for McBride. Mustangs lead 5, 14-9. So they get the ball in underneath. Shot is going to be no good by Wendell. Rebounded by the Mustangs. They get the ball down court and going to have a turnover at this end by the Mustangs. So Vargas clear into the lane. His shot is going to be up and short. Rebounded by Almanza in the corner. As they slow it down to the minute 45 to go here in the first period of play. Almanza all the way in. His little layup is kind of a hook, but taken away by McBride. His shot did not go in. Rebounded though to the Blue Devils. That shot is up and no good. Rebounded by McBride. Now Nate Gertner all the way down. The layup is up and good for Gertner for his 2 points of the night. Mustangs now up 16-9 with 1:15 to go opening period. As they're going to have another turnover at that far end. There's a nice steal by Eric Kimball. Tate Kimball now in the corner. Get it back out to Eric. Drives it into the lane. The layup is going to be up and no good, but rebounded by Trey McBride. His shot is no good. Rebounded by the Blue Devils. We're under a minute to go here, first period. The Mustangs still leading 16-9. As the Blue Devils look to work this ball around to Aranio. Now underneath, a little shot from the left side is going to be up and no good, but rebounded by Eric Kimball. Cross court to Tate. Now back to Almanza out high. Let's see if they're going to settle for the one shot here with 24 seconds as they get the ball back into Tate Kimball's hands. Now back to Almanza on the left high wing. Down to 16 seconds. Back to Nate Gertner. Get it back to Eric Kimball with 8 seconds left to go. Tate Kimball now, he's going to drive it all the way down the lane. Layup is up and no good. Rebounded by the Blue Devils. See if they get a shot off here. And it is off, but is no good. So at the end of one, the Fort Morgan Mustangs lead 16-9 here on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Lupton High School, where the Mustangs lead 16-9. The first Fort Morgan basket of the game was brought to you by Morgan Federal Bank, a bank that is committed to their community and keeping banking simple. When you need banking advice, stop by and see one of their loan officers Monday through Friday at 321 Ensign. Morgan Federal Bank, there is a difference. The Mustangs in control here of with the ball to start this second period of play. Harris Huff now into the game for the Mustangs. Joey Schneider in from the left side is going to be up and good, and there's going to be a foul on the layup, so that will count for Schneider. And we'll see who they put that on. It's going to be on 30, I believe, and that will be Padilla. That will be his second. So Joey Schneider to go to the line to shoot one. And that is off and out and no good. 9-point lead for the Mustangs. Nice tip down at the other end for the turnover. As Joey Schneider went up high to tip it away. 3 from the corner by Kimball. Tate Kimball is up and good. So the Fort Lupton Blue Devils will call a timeout, but we will keep it here, as it will just be a 30-second timeout. So the Fort Morgan Mustangs, that's their third 3 of the night, up 21-9, 11-point lead here with 7:25 to go in the second period of play. And I think we're going to change. I believe that Mellon, he stands in at 6'6", and I believe he has changed jerseys tonight. I think he is number 13. So that's the way we're going to mark it on our change it here with our stats here tonight. I'm not sure if Shabira is even in the game or not. I would guess probably not. So Fort Lupton now with the ball as Vargas brings it up, kicks it off into the corner to Justice Vargas. There's 2 Vargases. There's an Elijah Vargas and a Justice Vargas. Now Vasquez gets it off to Jay Vargas. He's being guarded out front. They're going to have a push foul. Looks like it's going to go on Tate Kimball. It'll be his first. So the Mustangs still in there. It looks like not necessarily a man. It looks like maybe a 2-3 zone defense, and 3 is up and no good. The rebound, it should be Morgan basketball, and it is. So the Mustangs still up 21-9. They get the ball into Tate Kimball. So he gets it up across half court. They get it off to Harris Huff. Now back to Kimball, to Joey Schneider. Now to Harris Huff again. Huff is, but Tate Kimball's pass is going to be taken away over on the far side, and his layup is going to be up and no good. And TJ Bauer goes up high for the rebound. Joey Schneider from the left side. His shot is up and good. So the Mustangs have found the range here so far tonight. Up 23-9. With 6:20 to go here, second period now underneath, and they're going to kick it back out to Areno. I think that's probably pronounced Ariano, but I'll go with that. Mellon at the free throw line now. A three from the corner is going to be up and good by Vargas. By Vargas. That will be his second three of the night. Cuts the lead back down to 11. Bauer from the corner. His three is up and no good. Rebounded by Fort Lupton as Vasquez gets the ball up quickly. And that shot is going to count in the corner for the three, and also fouled on the shot. And I believe that's going to be Joey Snyder that got and it will go against Snyder for his first personal. So Jesus Reyes, Eric Kimball, and Brian Almanza come in. Harris Huff, Nate Gertner, and Tate Kimball come out for the Mustangs, as they are now up 8. With Vargas to go to the line to shoot one. His first and only shot is off the back of the rim and no good, but taken away by Eric Kimball. So they get it to Snyder now. He gets it off to Almanza. 5:37 to go here, second period of play. Almanza to Reyes. Reyes picks up his dribble now to Bauer. Cross court to Schneider. Schneider from the corner for a three, and that's off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Fort Lupton as Vasquez gets it back over to Ariano, being guarded by Bauer. Lazy pass across, but it did get in. That's going to be taken away. Another turnover by Fort Lupton. Nice poke away by Bauer. Bauer kicks it out to Reyes. They're going to call Reyes for the travel, so a turnover on the Mustangs. Not too many turnovers. I think that's only like the third turnover, maybe the fourth turnover so far for the Mustangs. They've cut down on that quite a bit. So Schneider takes the seat, and Trey McBride comes back in for the Mustangs. Mustangs up 8, 23-15. As Vasquez gets himself into the corner, but he gets it out to Vargas. Now they're going to have a reach foul. Looks like it may be on Eric Kimball, just the way his reaction was. And that will go against Kimball. That will be his first. 5th team foul on the Mustangs. 3 on the Blue Devils. They look to get the ball in. They get it into Ariano. Now they kick it up to Vasquez, being guarded by Eric Kimball. Nice knockaway by Jesus Reyes. He's got the layup. His layup is going to be up and good for Reyes. Nice job there on the steal and the bucket by Reyes. Kicks it back up to a 10-point lead, 25-15. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded, it was off of the foot of Mellon, I believe, and for the Mustangs. So Tate Kimball comes back in for Reyes. Up 10 with 4:18 to go. Second period. Coach Enrine giving some directions here on what he wants to see the Mustangs run here offensively. Looks like the Blue Devils have gone maybe to a 1-3-1 type of zone defense. Trying to cut down on the outside shots. Now to Tate Kimball. Kimball down the lane underneath to McBride. McBride's little layup is going to be up and good from the right side. His second bucket of the night. Back up to a 12-point lead for the Mustangs. 3:40 to go here in the first half of play. Now Mellon kicks it out to Vargas. He kicks it off now to Ariano, being guarded by Tate Kimball. Picks it up, now gets it over to Vasquez out on the high right wing. Drives it all the way down now to Ariano from the left corner. That shot is up and no good, but rebounded by the Blue Devils. That shot is not going to be any good by Mellon, but they're going to call a foul on the shot. They're going to call that on Brian Almanza. So that will send Mellon to the line to shoot 2. That first one rolls out for Mellon. So he will shoot the second shot, and that is off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by the Mustangs, Tate Kimball. Eric Kimball now he gets it back to brother Tate. Bauer from the left side underneath to Kimball. Now he gives it back to Bauer, cross court to Almanza underneath to Trey McBride. McBride is going to be, oh, you got to be kidding. They called an offensive foul on McBride. So that will be 2 on McBride. So Schneider comes in for McBride with 2:56 to go. Mustangs up 27-15. As the Mustangs meet them at half court. Cook now all the way in. His little layup is going to be up and out. Rebounded by Schneider. Gets it to Tate Kimball. Kimball to Bauer. Bauer from the 3 is up and no good. Rebounded by the Blue Devils. As Vasquez works the ball all the way down. His shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Almanza. Now to Bauer over on the far side. Now we have an injury. It looks like Mellon is down in the back court. I don't know if he turned an ankle. I didn't see what happened down there. I was watching the ball come down court. First he loses a contact and gets that back in. Now it looks like he's may have turned a ankle here with 2:19 to go here in the first half of play. 27-15 Fort Morgan. High Plains Bank. High Plains Bank offers a wide variety of products that can be customized to fit your individual needs. See what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. For scoring updates throughout the course of the basketball season, follow us on Twitter at B106 or on our B106 Facebook page. Tate Kimball over to Almanza. Out on the left wing, back to Kimball. Now to Gertner over on the left wing. Mustangs pass this ball around, getting some instructions here from Coach Unrein. As Eric Kimball now drives it into the lane. Kicks it off to Schneider from the corner, and his shot is up and no good. Rebounded by the Blue Devils. Now Cook has it against Gertner. Call a hand check, I guess, on Gertner. One into the it's a 1-and-1. That's 17 fouls. Actually, that's 8 team fouls. So that will send Cook to the line for a 1-and-1. Mustangs still up 12, 27-15 with 1:34 here to go in the second period of play. First shot is up and good by Cook. So he will earn a second. And that shot is going to be off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Kimball. So Nate Gertner, they're going to call a foul before the shot. That'll only be the 4th team foul on Fort Lupton. And that will go against Ariano. It'll be their 4th team foul. With 1:29 to go here left in the second period of play, Gertner back to Almanza. Almanza back out to Tate Kimball. Back to Almanza to Gertner. Gertner drives the baseline. Gives it to Schneider. His pass is going to be intercepted in the lane. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Kimball. There's going to be a foul on the rebound. So we'll see who they give that That will go against 33, Brown. His first. So a 30-second timeout is going to be called by Coach Chad Unrein. This Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. So the Mustangs have scored 11 here in the second period. The Blue Devils have put up 7. So the Mustangs with that 11-point lead, 27-16. They apparently have taken... I thought Mellon was back in, but he is not. They might have taken him to the locker room. I did not see where he went to get some treatment on that ankle as they get the ball into Almanza, now cross court to Tate with a minute to go here in the first half of play. Brian Almanza, his pass is, I thought it was going to be intercepted, but Eric Kimball with it, and his shot is going to be up and no good, but rebounded by the Blue Devils, and down court and up with a shot is Ariano for his first 2 points of the night. So Mustangs lead down to 9. Kind of a swarming defense here by the Fort Lupton Blue Devils. As they finally get the ball out to Eric Kimball. Kimball now to Tate Kimball on the right corner. Little jumper's going to be up and no good, but they're going to call a foul on the shot. That will go against Cook, his first. That will send Tate Kimball to the line to shoot a pair. Tate Kimball looks to get this back up to a 10-point lead and does not connect on the first one. As TJ Bauer comes in for Almanza. Nice job by Almanza here in the first half of play. The second shot for Kimball is up and goes in. Looked like it was going to come back out, but lead back to 10, 28-18. As Vasquez gets it underneath to Brown. Now they kick it back out to Wendell. Fort Lupton got in 3 seconds, down to 2 seconds. A shot from the three is going to be up and no good. So at the end of the first half of play, the Fort Morgan Mustangs lead by 10. 28-18 on B106 and B106.com. Back here to start the second half of play, we have Eric Kimball, Tate Kimball, TJ Bauer, Joey Schneider, and Nate Gertner on the floor for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. But the Blue Devils will have possession to start off this second half of play as they get the ball to Ariano. Now a deep three is up and off the back of the rim and no good by Padilla. So the first rebound of this second half goes to the Mustangs as they get the ball down court. TJ Bauer up with the first shot, steal by the Mustangs. Bauer now is going to be called for the travel, so a quick turnover by the Mustangs. Mustangs now with a full court press as they were going to try to go deep. I think that was just kind of a ploy. So Tate Kimball tries to cut him off on the far sideline. They get it up now into the corner is Ariano, and his three is up and good. So now a 9-point lead, 30-21 by Fort Morgan as Tate Kimball gets the ball up court. He gets it off to brother Eric. Out high. Now to Nate Gertner back in the left corner. As the Blue Devils are in a 2-3 defense. Now underneath to, nice job from Eric Kimball to Joey Schneider. Schneider right at the basket. Jumps up and puts it in. Now Fort Lupton gets the ball down court. Kicks it off into the corner to Cook. Ball is tipped but taken by Fort Lupton. Now they're going to give it to Ariano. Another three is up and good. They're going to have to go out and get a hand in his face. So Nate Gertner called a blocking foul. That was a tough. They're going to call that on Padilla. His third is what that was. Looked like Gertner just kind of slipped, but Mustangs up 8, 32-24 here early in the third period of play. Get it off to Bauer, up corner now to Schneider, now to Kimmel for a three from the corner, up and no good, but rebounded by Schneider. His shot is up and no good. He gets his own rebound, and he is fouled on the shot, so Schneider will go to the line to shoot a pair here early in the third period. That's going to be against Padilla. That'll be 4 on Padilla. So Schneider was 0 for 1 in the first period of first half of play. And off the front of the rim and no good with that one. So the Fort Lupton Blue Devils make a switch here. Levi Tews comes in. Shot is up and good by Schneider. 9-point lead here for the Mustangs. Now as we keep that full court press on, but Vasquez gets the ball up court. Now into Ariano in the corner again, and that is off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Fort Lupton. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Schneider. And Fort Lupton steps on the out of bound lines as they try to save it. So Fort Morgan gets the ball in quickly to Gertner. Gertner now to Tate Kimball. Cross court to Eric Kimball, now into the lane to Schneider. Pass is going to be taken away in the lane, then taken away back by the Mustangs. The three from the left side is up and good by Eric Kimball. His second three of the night. 6 points on the night for Kimball. Let's get it back up to a 12-point lead. Now Vasquez gets the ball down court. Going to be Ariano for another three off the back of the rim and no good. Fort Lupton to rebound their own ball. And the shot is going to be up and good by Vargas. 5 points on the night for Justice Vargas. Now as Tate Kimball gets the ball up court. To TJ Bauer from the right side. The three is up and good by Bauer. 39-26, 4:56 to go here, third period. Fort Morgan with a steal in the front court. Now a pass over into the corner to Bauer. Now into the lane, now underneath to Gertner. He brings it out, but he is going to be tripped and go down, and that will be on Vasquez. So that'll be his first. So it looks like Fort Lupton is wanting to call a timeout here, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout. So we will keep it here with the Mustangs up now 13, 39-26. Hit a couple of back-to-back threes there, Kimball and Bauer. They will have to get a hand in Ariano. He did hit his couple of first threes here to start this second half of play, but then he's missed his last two or three. Coach Unrein getting his players some instructions here on what he wants them to do out of this timeout on the inbounds play. Head coach is Chad Unrein with his assistant coaches Harrison Chisholm and C.W. Scott. So Schneider comes out and Almanza into the game. Trey McBride also into the game. And Gertner is out. Now the layup is up and no good. Rebounded though by Ariano. Now it's going to be stolen in the backcourt by Tate Kimball. Turnover by Fort Lupton. Now to Almanza. Almanza gets it to Eric Kimball. Now to Almanza. Almanza for a deep three. That's off the back rim and no good. Rebounded by McBride. Another three by Eric Kimball. Up and good by Kimball. 9 points on the night for Eric Kimball. Now the pass is going to be too long for Cook. So a turnover by the Fort Lupton Blue Devils. Mustangs up 42-26. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the third period of play as Tate Kimball has the ball out high. Keeps the dribble alive. Now to McBride. Nice pass under. Well, it was cut off, though, by Ariano. He's going to take it all the way to the rim, and that is up and good for Ariano. So 10 points on the night for Ariano. So Harriet Kimball for another three. Up and good this time for Kimball also. 4 threes on the night for Kimball. 45-28. 17-point lead here with 3:16 to go. Here in the third period of play as Carrasco gets the ball up court now over to Ariano out on the high right wing, but guarded by Eric Kimball. Ariano picks it up. Now the ball is going to be to Cook, and he goes down the lane and up for the bucket. So now McBride with the ball. He needs to get it to, they're going to call McBride for the foul, but they could have easily called all over the arm there by, we have a name here. Let's see if we get a name here. That is going to be Levi Tews, number 35. Fort Lupton gets the ball in court now. They working around the perimeter here. Get the ball to Vasquez out on the right wing, being guarded by Kimball. As they get it in, shot is going to be no good, but they're going to call Trey McBride for the foul, but it's going to be on the floor. So no shots for Fort Lupton. Blue Devils inbound right of their basket. To get it into Vasquez in the right corner. Now they kick it out to Wendell. Now over into the corner to Carrasco. Being double teamed now. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Tate Kimball. So it looks like Mellon has come back out of the locker room sitting on the bench. I don't know if he'll get much playing time or not. Ariano for a three. It is up and good. So Ariano pretty much carrying this team right now. Past Almanza, and that pass is going to be kicked. So Fort Morgan to inbounds baseline right of their basket with 2:03 to go, third period. Up 12, 45-33. So they look to get the ball in. They get it into McBride. He gets it over to Almanza. McBride is only a freshman. Three from up top is up and no good. Rebounded though by Trey McBride. His putback is up and good. 6 points on the night for Trey. His first bucket of the second half of play. Now Ariano again from the corner. They've got to get a hand in his face. They're going to have to put somebody on him because he's lighting it up from three-point land. And now a turnover by the Mustangs. Three up and good by Vasquez. So down to an 8-point lead here with 1:25 to go. Third period. Tate Kimball, they get the ball across midcourt. Now to Almanza in the right corner. Now to Tate Kimball. Joey Schneider in the left corner. Now to Eric Kimball into the lane. Underneath, but could not be handled by Trey McBride. So Joey Schneider and Nate Gertner come in. Almanza and McBride will take a seat. With 1:08 to go, third period, the Mustangs up 8, 47-39. So they do put on the full court press once again as Carrasco gets the ball up to Vasquez. He gets the ball down court. Now it's going to be Ariano again. Another three from the corners, up and good. They're going to have to put a man on him just to keep track of him down to 45 seconds. Now Nate Gertner with the ball. Picks it up, gets it to Schneider. Now to Bauer out on the right wing. Fort Morgan just needs to slow it down here and get their composure back here. So a 5-point lead here by the Mustangs. Pass into the center was tipped. Tate Kimball will take it down. They're going to call an offensive foul on Tate. His second. So the Mustangs with a 5-point lead, with 24.9 seconds to go here in the third period of play. Had this up to a 17-point lead, now back down to a 5-point lead. As they do put on the full court press once again, as Carrasco looks to get the ball up court. He does get it to Vargas. Vargas' shot is going to be blocked by Schneider. Now they get it up to Tate Kimball. Tate Kimball likes it all the way down to the right side. It was blocked, but then taken out of bounds by Vargas. So Fort Morgan with 5.1 seconds here to set up a play from the right side of the baseline, right of the basket. So they look to get it in. It's going to be off of Fort Lupton and out of bounds with 4.5 seconds to go. Fort Morgan holding on to this 5-point lead. They get it into Schneider, and his little jumper is up and good. Little lob into Schneider. Now the ball is knocked out of bounds with 0.2 seconds. So Fort Lupton they're going to look for the baseball pass down court because that's about all they have with 0.2. It's going to have to almost be a tip. So at the end of three, the Fort Morgan Mustangs up 7, 49-42 on B106 and B106.com. Back here to start this fourth and final period of play here with the Mustangs up 7, 49-42. The Fort Lupton Blue Devils outscored the Fort Morgan Mustangs 24-21 in that period of play. So each team had, actually Fort Lupton had more points in that period than they had in the first half. They had 18 at halftime. Fort Morgan had 28. So Fort Morgan to slow this down a little bit. Tate Kimball now to Joey Schneider. Schneider out to Eric Kimball. Eric Kimball drives it all the way down. P.J. Bauer for a three, in and out, but taken away by the Fort Lupton Blue Devils. As Vasquez brings it up court, now the pass underneath was to Brown, but he wasn't looking for it and out of bounds, so turnover by the Blue Devils. So Fort Morgan needs to get back on the scoring trail here. So you get it to Gertner. Oh, Gertner's pass to the center is stolen. Going to be a layup for Vasquez. As the Blue Devils put on their full court press, the Mustangs do get the ball cross court, and there's going to be a foul called on the far side. And that's going to go against Brown, his second. 2 team fouls on Fort Morgan, 4 on the Blue Devils as Tate Kimball gets the ball in at half court now to Nate Gertner. It's like a 1-2-2 type of defense here for the Blue Devils. We'll see what. It's going to be a full timeout, so we're going to take one with them. Fort Morgan up 49-44 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Lupton High School, the Fort Morgan Mustangs up 49-44 with 6:47 to go here in period 4. Fort Morgan to get possession here as they look to get the ball in. They do get it into Almanza, but it's going to be an over and back as they were inbounding in the front court, and the ball bounced on the half-court line. So Coach Unrein talking with one of the refs here. I'm not sure what he was trying to point out here now with Cook out here on the high right wing being guarded by Schneider. Ariano looking to get the ball, but Tate Kimball in his ball is going to be out of bounds. Not a good pass into the corner to Carrasco. But Fort Lupton still with their full court press as they get it into Schneider. Now the ball is going to be tipped and knocked away. Another turnover. The press is working for Fort Lupton right now. Oh, nice block by Joey Schneider. Fort Morgan just slow this down and get their Almanza for a three is up and good for Brian Almanza. 52-44, back up to an 8-point lead for the Mustangs. 6 minutes to go here. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Nate Gertner. Almanza down to Eric Kimball. Eric Kimball stops for a three from the left. Up and good for Eric Kimball. That's all he's had tonight is threes. 5 threes tonight for Kimball. Vargas' shot is up and no good. Rebounded but saved to Vasquez. Now a shot is going to be blocked by Kimball. Or excuse me, by Schneider, taken by Kimball. So Fort Morgan back up to an 11-point lead, 55-44. Brian Almanza for a layup from the right side is up and good. So it looks like the Fort Lupton Blue Devils want to take a timeout, so we'll take one with them with the Mustangs up 57-44 with 5:10 to go here in the game on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Lupton High School with Claudia Nickel. This is Brian Nickel, where the Mustangs had their lead cut down to 5, but they have now gone back up to a 13-point lead with 5:10 to go here in the fourth period of play as they have outscored the Blue Devils 8-2. So Vasquez brings the ball up court. Now into the corner to Ariano, but Tate Kimball was right on him. Now they're going to call a push foul on Eric Kimball. I'm not sure where this guy's getting these fouls from, but apparently brought them with him and he's using them. So Eric Kimball only with his second. 3 team fouls on Fort Morgan, 4 on the Blue Devils. Nice, almost tipped away, and it is taken up. The Blue Devils do retain. It was tipped into the back court, but Ariano runs it down. He gets it over to Vargas. Vargas out on the left side, going to get it in to Cook. Cook tries to go up with a shot, and he does from the left side. Is going to be up and no good. Rebound. Oh, nice block by Joey Schneider on Wendell, but Wendell gets it back into the corner. And I'm not sure what they called. I guess Fort Lupton is taking a timeout, so we'll take one with them with 4:34 to go. The Mustangs up 57-44 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Lupton High School, the Blue Devils look to inbounds mid-court here, tipped by Gertner and now tipped out by Trey McBride. So McBride, Gertner, Tate Kimball, Eric Kimball, and TJ Bauer into the game for the leading Fort Morgan Mustangs as they get it into Vargas. Vargas takes it all the way down, but he passes it off, and the shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded to McBride. Gives it off to Bauer. Bauer down the left side. His hand is going to be hit on the pass, and they do call it. And that foul will go on Cook. That will be his second. So 5 team fouls. No shooting fouls yet here. Eric Kimball to inbounds left of their basket baseline. You get it into McBride. Now to Gertner. Eric Kimball for a three from up top. Off the rim and no good. But rebounded by Tate Kimball, and he puts it in. 10 points on the night for Tate. Ariano. Like there's going to be a foul called. Looks like it was a good block by Eric Kimball. They're going to call him for the foul, his third. And that will send Cook to the line to shoot a pair. Not many free throws. These will be the first ones for Fort Lupton that will be shot here in the second half of play. Fort Morgan is 1 of 2. Cook does hit his first. He was 1 of 2 early in the second period of play. So now a 14-point lead for the Mustangs, 59-45 with 4:03 to go. Second one is in and out, rebounded by McBride. He gives it to Eric Kimball. Kimball now to Tate. To try to trap out high, and they get it over to Bauer out on the high right wing. Now underneath to McBride. His shot is up and good from the right side for Trey McBride. 8 points on the night for McBride. As Mustangs have shut down Ariano here in this fourth period of play. He has 17 points just in the third period, but he has held scoreless here so far in this last period of play. Pass underneath is going to be taken away by Kimball, Eric Kimball. As Tate gets it back to his brother, now to Bauer. Bauer for a three from the right side, up and good for Bauer. 64-45, a 19-point lead here for the Mustangs. Three is up and no good, rebounded by Bowers. They get it out to Eric Kimball. Eric Kimball hustles it, down the left side. Now a layup is going to be up and no good, and they're going to call a foul on the shot. Be a blocking foul, so that will send Eric Kimball to the line to shoot two. And I did not see they put that on Ariano, so that is his second. So Eric Kimball, his first free throw is up and good. That's his first points that he's had that wasn't a three-point bucket. 16 points so far on the night for Eric with 2:59 to go here, period four, with a 20-point lead. Now a 21-point lead as he sinks the second. So Kimball will come out and Harris Huff into the game for the Mustangs. So Bauer, Tate, Kimball, Huff, McBride, and Gertner into the lineup now for the Mustangs. As the shot is going to be up and no good, taken by Twos. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Tate Kimball brings the ball up court, gets it into the lane. Now his pass is saved on the side by Bauer. Oh, somebody had Tate went down. I don't know if he might have turned an ankle. Got some good sportsmanship here. The two of the Fort Lupton Blue Devils helped him over to the bench. So nice hand there for everybody concerned. So we have too many people out on the. Okay, Trey's coming out. Joey Schneider and Eric Kimball come in for the Mustangs. So Coach Chisholm looking at Tate over on the sidelines. They may have to retape him. So Almanza comes in for Gertner. Ariano comes out of the lineup for the Blue Devils, held scoreless here in the fourth period. Now Almanza on the right side. He drives all the way down the lane, but his layup comes up short. So Justice Vargas brings it up court. Over here onto the side to Twos. Now into Vargas. Vargas over in the left corner as he passes it back out to Vasquez. His three is going to be up and good for Vasquez. 66-48, 18-point lead for the Mustangs with 2:05 to go. Harris Huff for a two from the far side, but it bounces high and hits the support up above. So that will be possession Fort Lupton. As Wendell and Carrasco come into the lineup for Fort Lupton. I didn't see who else came out. Vargas came out. Did not see who the other player was that came out. I'm going to call a foul on Bauer on the far side. Ball was way over their head, had no chance of being caught, but they're going to call a foul on Bauer, his second. So only 5 team fouls here so far for the Mustangs. Been a very quick moving game here. Hardly any fouls called. Only 6 so far on the Blue Devils and 5 on Fort Morgan. So Bauer, Eric Kimball, and Joey Schneider come out. Austin Carl, Drew Gherkin, and a 2 was up and was a 3, I believe, that was up and good by Vasquez. And they're going to call a travel on the far end on Huff, so turnover by the Mustangs. So a minute 43 to go here in the contest. Mustangs up 66-51. Now as the Fort Morgan with all non-starters on the floor with Brian Almanza and Jesus Reyes Harris Huff, Drew Gherkin, and Austin Carl. Wild shot taken up, but the rebound is up and good by Brown for his first 2 points of the night. Now Almanza gets the ball, tries to get the ball up court and gets it to Harris Huff. Huff now to Gherkin. He gets it back to Almanza. They're going to slow this down a little bit. 13-point lead. Now to Reyes. Reyes back out to Almanza. They're going to throw this ball around here a little bit. I don't know what they called a foul out here on Vasquez. That will send Brian Almanza to the line. That's 17 foul, so Almanza will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 with 1:04 to go here in the fourth period of play. Almanza's shot is up and no good. Rebounded though by Huff. Now Jesus Reyes gets it over to Gherkin, back to Reyes. Now there's going to be a foul called, and that will go on 30 Padilla. That will be all for him. He has fouled out with 5, so that will send Jesus Reyes to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. As they need to get somebody into the game, and Ariano is coming in. So on the year, Reyes is at 50%. He's only shot 2 shots. He's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Almanza comes out. Trey McBride goes in. So we have they had something here. I guess they got things squared away out and they had a question at the scorer's table. But Jesus Reyes to the line now for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. And we'll see if he gets the first one up and bounces high and no good. Rebounded by Carrasco. He does get it up across half court, takes it all the way into the lane. Should have been called for the travel and is. So a turnover by Fort Lupton with 46.3 seconds to go. The Mustangs up 13. Get the ball into Austin Carl, back to Gherkin. You got to get the ball across half court. They only have 10 seconds. Austin Carl does get it to Reyes. Reyes now to Huff. Ariano was going to hit Huff. So Ariano with his third. Still only a 1-and-1, so that will send Huff to the line for the 1-and-1. So Hernandez comes in for Vasquez for Fort Lupton. 34.4 seconds to go. The Mustangs still up 13, 66-53. With Harris Huff at the line for the 1-and-1, and his first free throw is up and no good. Rebounded by Brown. Ariano now brings the ball down court, being guarded by Reyes. He's going to drive it all the way to the lane, but there's going to be a foul called on Reyes. He tries to go through the screen that was set, and they're going to call Reyes for his first. So Fort Lupton to inbound with 22.1 seconds to go as they get it into Ariano. Man, now a touch foul. They called another one on Reyes over in the corner. So that will send Ariano to the line for the 1-and-1, as that is the 7th team foul on Fort Morgan. 21.6 seconds to go here. Fort Morgan up 13. Ariano's first shot is up and good. So he does earn a second. 66-54, 12-point lead here for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. The second shot is up and also good for Ariano. As Jesus Reyes gets it to Huff. Huff gets it to Austin Carl. Now back to Gherkin with 14 seconds. So the Mustangs will come away victorious here tonight as the non-starters pass this ball around down to 5 seconds. And they're just going to run the clock out. No more fouling by the Fort Lupton Blue Devils. So the Fort Morgan Mustangs victorious here at Fort Lupton, 66-55. We will be back with the post-game show after 3 minutes on B106 and B106.com. This Fort Morgan Mustangs postgame show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC, here to help you imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goals. So nice victory here by the Fort Morgan Mustangs tonight as they are victorious 66-55. Scoring for the Blue Devils is Justice Vargas with 5, Vasquez with 19, Cook with 6, Ariana with 21. He had 17 of those in the third period, then held up to only 2 free throws in that fourth period. So nice shutdown job by the Mustangs on Ariano in that fourth period of play. Mellon with 2. He went out in that second period with an ankle injury and did not return. So we hope that he is okay. Brown also 2 for Fort Lupton for their 55. Leading the way for the Fort Morgan Mustangs tonight was Eric Kimball. 2 points from the free throw line, and everything else was 3-point baskets for Eric. So nice job by Eric Kimball. Joey Snyder and TJ Bauer each with 11. Tate Kimball with 10. McBride with 8. Almanza with 5. Jesus Reyes and Nate Gertner each with 2 for the Mustangs 66. And for the Mustangs, as far as turnovers, they came down quite a bit here in this game. They only had 15 turnovers compared to 21 for the Fort Lupton Blue Devils. Rebounding, we have the Mustangs with a 10-point advantage here, 31-21. So nice job on the boards by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. I have the Mustangs only shooting 40% from the free throw line. They were 4 of 10 from the game for the game. And it looks like Fort Lupton was 4 of 9, so not a lot of foul shots taken in this game. They did get into the 1-and-1 here late in the fourth period of play for the Mustangs, but really a pretty clean game here tonight for the each team actually. So we're going to go ahead and take another break and be back with more of the post-game show as we're getting ready now for the Fort Morgan Lady Mustangs that will be coming up here in about 7.5 minutes as you're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball on B106 and B106.com.